Hi team, this is Robin, and tonight I will be discussing the effects of communications. Thank you, Orlando, for that great introduction. So tonight I will discuss with you the effects of communication. Once you're thinking of communication within a healthcare company, the healthcare company can be large. You can have anywhere from a small office of 25 people to a great facility such as ours, which we're going from a short-term care to a long-term care with the upwards of 1,000 people. With speaking to 1,000 people, you want to make sure that it's effective, and you want to make sure that everyone has a clear understanding of what's going on and also about some of the changes that will take effect. Now, being a manager, there are appropriate ways to have communication. You would think that we would just need to be able to have effective communication, which is like what? Once you think of communication, what do you think of? I know I think of emails, memos, chat, or just sending out an e-blast. But there's also small, intimate conversations that you want to have, and those conversations also need to be documented. So when I want to send out some form of communication to my team, I'm going to have a memo. A memo is just something short and simple, just letting them know, hello team, we're going to have a meeting on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Also, you can have voice chats. Voice chats is like where you have a two-way. Let's say if I'm in the north office and I have someone else in the south office, we can have a video chat for communications. Also, there's always the good old phone call. Phone call can just be between you, your leads, or the CEO of your facility, or you can also have phone conversations through different people in the same building that you're in, or conference calls. Now, there are importance of these methods. The first one is documentation. I know some facilities have sayings, if it's not documented, it did not happen. So documentation is based off a letter. If you send someone a letter saying we need to have a meeting based off the upcoming contract, and they say, oh, I never received that, you can say, well, I have a copy of the letter. I sent it to you on April 15th. Also, this communication, such as an email or letter, it can reach everyone where everyone will have the same understanding. Everyone will receive the same information. And then everyone will be on the same page on the message. Also, there's different relationships that you will need to have with different people that you're having communication with. Internal relationships such as an office manager or lead, you want to have a shorter communication with them so that they understand they're in the same building. You can have some FaceTime based off the shorter communication. Also, your external relationships to the people that you're communicating with. These can be the construction workers, the people who is going to basically make the change within our facility going from short-term to long-term. Also, this communication can be with the vendors who's going to make the change happen. Now also, what comes with any communication, there's time for planning. Now, since we're going from short to long, we have to get this planning. And steps, we also need to align the steps that we use within communication. Some of the steps that you use to planning and also making the planning happen is we have to align our leadership. Leadership needs to be on point of what we would need to do. We also need to define the changes that's going to happen. Also, know who's responsible for what and how might these steps be used in our scenario. We need to have the right people for the job. Also, we need to have a trust in our management. And lastly, we do need to rely on our feedback. We do need to have a great rapport and a great communication through our management and our employees. I do want to thank you for taking this opportunity to listen to me. And now I will introduce Carolyn.